What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, hope you guys are doing phenomenal today, man. Merry Christmas Eve to each, every single one of you. Merry Christmas to you guys, man. Week 16 of the 2022 fantasy football season is underway. Week 16 of the 2022 football season is underway. We've got a slate of games kicking up at 1 o'clock. Games all day long. Couple games tomorrow as well. It's going to be a good weekend of football. It's going to be a great holiday weekend. Just want to say I'm so incredibly thankful for this community, for each and every one of you guys, for everything that you guys do for the channel. Seriously, thank you guys so much. And I just really hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying warm. I know weather's bad for a lot of you guys out there. So just want to say, be safe, have fun with your family and loved ones, and Merry Christmas to you guys. So, you guys know what time it is, man. Time for some live Week 16 Fantasy Q&A. So, hop in the live chat, man. Let me know what you guys need. We got games starting right at 1 o'clock. Like I said, we've got a 4 or 5 game, a 4:25 game, an 8:15 game. Then tomorrow we got a 1 o'clock game, 4:30 game, and an 8:20 game. Then, of course, we got Monday Night Football as well. So, full holiday weekend of football. We got a lot of bad weather. So that's the first thing I want to take a look at. But let me know what you guys need. Start, sits, ads, drops, roster confidence, roster non-confidence, weather updates, injury updates, whatever it may be. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what you guys need. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some fantasy football. Let's spread a little bit. Holiday cheer. So, Christmas talk in the chat. Favorite Christmas movies. What are you guys eating? What are you guys doing this weekend? What game are you most looking forward to? But most importantly, your fantasy questions. Get them in the chat. Let's get it rolling. All right. So let's start things off here by taking a look at the weather. All right. Let's see if I can find most up to date. Okay. No precipitation for the Bills at Bears, actually. Looking at a wind chill of -16. Yeah, from what I'm reading, no precipitation. I thought we were supposed to get like snow in that game. Okay. But yeah, temperature of 10 degrees. Strong winds. Wind chill -16. Falcons at Ravens. No precipitation. Just very, very, very cold and windy. Lions at Panthers. No precipitation. Windy, cold. Seahawks at Chiefs. No precipitation. Windy, cold. Saints at Browns. This being reported, and this what I'm reading on this website. These weather conditions may be the worst I've ever seen in an NFL game. Wind gusts up to 46 miles per hour. Wind at 31 miles per hour. Flurries 12 degrees. Just got an alert that the Texans-Titans has been delayed from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. due to rolling blackouts in the areas caused by frigid temperatures. Holy crap. So that was the next game on the list. Texans-Titans. Wind 12 miles per hour. Cold. But apparently that game's going to start about an hour late. It's saying 2:02 p.m. So, main game we want to look out for is these Saints at Browns. Bengals at Patriots. Going to be cold. 18 degrees. Going to be windy. Commanders at Niners. No precipitation. Going to be a little bit warmer. 59 degrees. That's not too bad. Not that windy. Yeah, that's not bad. Raiders, Steelers. No precipitation. 10 degrees. Windy. Packers, Dolphins. 54 degrees. No precipitation. So it looks like the Dolphins game and the Niners game are your best weather bets today. All right, I want to take a look at that, try and get you guys the most up-to-date information as well. Still looks like the Browns-Saints is going to be worrisome, so keep an eye on things. All right, I'm going to start at the top of the chat. Things start for me with Prey saying last-minute questions. If your question did not get read, feel free. Actually, I might be able to... No, I can't. Sorry. If your question doesn't get read from the very top of the chat, go ahead and put it back in. I'm sorry, guys. What's up, Prey? Good to see you, man. Adam, what's up? Chargers, Lions, or Eagles? I might go with the Chargers against Nick Foles and company. But I think the Lions are a sneaky play. I wouldn't go the Eagles, though. Not this week. But Lions are kind of sneaky. If you don't trust them, Chargers against the Colts are fine. Pray to or Herbert. I'm leaning Turbert. Leaning Herbert because of what Kirk did to the Colts last week. I will go Tua personally. I'll go Tua. But trust your gut, bro. DJ Duvernay, what's up, man? Pray, Latavius Murray, Slayton, pick up Brandon Cooks, Sutton, Zach Moss off waiver. I like Slayton, but I think Latavius Murray's just fine. I think Latavius Murray's kind of the floor play. Slayton brings a little bit more risk, but good upside against a bad Vikings defense. So I might go Slayton here. Merry Christmas Eve, DJ Duvernay. Merry Christmas Eve, Pray. Jimbo, Watson, Huntley, or Minshew. I would roll the dice with Minshew here. I wouldn't go Watson in the conditions, and I just don't trust Tyler Huntley. Like I just don't feel like we've seen enough out of his starts to, really for me to want to roll him out there, even against a porous defense like Atlanta. Pray got me a huge egg, bacon, cheese, potato crunch wrap to eat as I watch John stream. Not from Taco Bell, homemade. Yeah, it's pretty easy to make a crunch wrap. It's like kind of life-changing once you realize how easy it is. Preston, Zach Moss or Fournette? I go Fournette. I mean, I know Moss has a good matchup. He got a lot of touches last week, but I just don't know if we can trust the split between Zach Moss and Deion Jackson right out the gate, even in a good matchup. But Fournette's got a good matchup as well. Must-win game for the Bucs. I go Fournette. Anthony, what's up, man? Walker or Dobbins? I go Dobbins. I like Dobbins a lot. Or, excuse me. I thought, for some reason, my brain processed that as Waller or Dobbins. Very, very close here. I like Walker a lot against the Chiefs. I like Dobbins a lot against the Falcons. I might go with Walker, though. I mean, Dobbins going to get done on the ground. I really, really like Dobbins, but I think Walker is a player you stick with. It's just so close, man. Tommy, flex and wide receiver, DJ Moore, Devonta Smith, Pacheco, or Lenny. I go DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is going to have a good weekend. I like him against the Lions, giving up the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position. Very, very close. Maybe we stay away from Devonta Smith with Garner at quarterback. We don't know exactly what we're going to get between Smith and Garner in terms of chemistry. Could pay off, could be risky. Still, it's a tough matchup against the Cowboys. Pacheco or Lenny? Love Pacheco this week. Good matchup against the Hawks. Love Lenny. A good matchup against the Cardinals. So ultimately, trust your gut here. But I may go DJ Moore and Lenny. Call me crazy. I like Lenny this weekend, but I like Pacheco a lot too. Just wonder how much involvement Pacheco versus McKinnon gets this week, and if we see another limited ceiling out of Pacheco like last week. But I still really like him. All it's going to take is a touchdown and clear, even if the volume's a little bit lower. It's not going to matter. Dan, what's up, bro? Happy PR, Aaron Jones, Chubb, or Dobbins. It's close here, man. All are great plays. Chubb, playing at a lower ceiling as of late. Rainy, awful, crappy conditions. I mean, both defensive coordinators know that each team is going to run the football today. I probably go Aaron Jones. I just don't feel like you can sit him right now. Must-win game for the Packers. I do like Dobbins. And Chubb is so hard to bench, but I might go Jones if you can only pick one. Duvernay struggling full PPR with the Monte versus Hopkins. I go Monty, bro. I'm sticking with my call. But trust your gut. Try not to overthink it. Jute, Kenneth Walker, Najee, Monty, or JK. I stick with Kenneth Walker here, but a lot of good options, Jute. Watson, Evans, Pittman, or Smith. I say roll the dice, go with Christian Watson. Mike Evans could be interesting. Pittman and Evans bring a pretty decent floor. Smith kind of holds the risk, but a lot of upside. Watson still holds risk, but I probably go Watson. Should I have confidence in starting Diggs? I feel like you don't have a choice. But last I checked, that game is not expected to be... it's going to be bad weather, but I'm trying to find a better update. All right, here's updated NFL. Snow is possible. Saturday in Chicago. It's the wind and cold temperatures have the largest impact on the game. Chance of flurries. Frigid temperatures. Winds of 25 to 30. Gusts as high as 40. I don't know. It really didn't seem to impact Josh Allen and Diggs last week. You know, I think you got to trust Diggs this weekend, Pray. Tommy doing a lot of family stuff, so that means I'm drinking a lot. Let's go. Hope you guys have a great holiday, man. Have fun with it and stay safe, man. Space Ghost. Full PPR, starting Brady, Saquon, Mostert, D-Hop, Waddle, Kelsey, Say Brown, Bucker, Niners defense, benching Goff, Hunt, Jackson, Kirk, and Joku, Pats. Yep. I'd stick with this lineup, man. I like it. Good to see you, Space Ghost. Happy holidays. Smokey, what's good, bro? Najee, Connor, Pacheco, McKinnon. I mean, McKinnon brings the most upside here. A little bit of risk, but should be a good game script against the Hawks. Najee, a really safe floor. Connor and Pacheco, a really safe floor. Depends on what you want to play for. Do you want to go for the upside, bring a little bit of risk, or do you want to go for just a solid floor play? I'd probably go, in terms of a floor play, Najee, Pacheco, then Connor. I know Connor's been really good, but I just don't know what we're going to get with a third-string quarterback against a good run defense. I mean, it really hasn't mattered for Connor as of late, but this could be a lower ceiling week for him, so I might just go McKinnon there. Some point McKinnon's got to come back to earth, but, who cares, right? Jay Resume, what's up? Watson or Zeke? Half PPR, I might go Zeke here. Just a really safe, solid play. I'll probably go Zeke. Half PPR. Space Ghost, lost JT and Pierce. Just kind of rolling with it. I mean, lineup looks pretty good, man. Ronnie, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Schultz or Goddard? I'd probably go Schultz here just with Goddard in his first game back from injury. I think he'll have a decent game, but I think Schultz a little bit safer. Close call. Spencer, Merry Christmas to you, bro. What's up, man? Great to see you. Albert, what's going on? Hello, hello. Elliot, Merry Christmas. Christmas Eve. Trying to make some title games. Let's go. Must-win situation. Would you start Watson or Walker in the flex? I probably go Kenneth Walker. Very close. I mean, Walker's a floor play, but still has nice upside against the Hawks. Watson brings the risk, but plenty of upside, right? I probably go Walker. I think Watson's going to have a good day against the Dolphins, though. It's close. SJS, help my friend, Standard League, Robinson or Foreman. Hate to play either, but have to. I go Foreman. It's just, listen, it's tough against the Lions, don't get me wrong. I know he looked really bad last week, really struggled. The game script got away from, it's like, whenever the game script gets away from the Panthers, Foreman just struggles, man. But I just can't imagine going Robinson against the Hawks. Against the Niners. But it's close. At least we know when the Commanders are playing from behind, they still kind of deploy the running back position as part of their game plan. It's a worse matchup for Robinson. So I think you could argue the Commanders have a better shot of keeping it competitive, or at least playing from behind and getting garbage time points. So it's very close, but I might go Foreman. So Bongs a lot. What's up, bro? The Bears getting all in that Bills high today. Bear down. Let's go. Duvernay, my fantasy team would play today with Monty Hopkins. Would leave me one player on Sunday. I face Eckler and Pittman on Monday. Well, sometimes that's good. Gives you a little bit of break and gives you a little bit of hope sometimes. Alex, Devontae Adams' birthday today. He's going to eat 2 tutties. I think Adams going to have a big game. Yeah, I know it was a poor performance last week or whatever, but Pittsburgh is no secondary. I think Adams going to ball. I didn't know it was his birthday, though. Preston, Goodwin over Lazard and Pickens. I think you can kind of pivot back to Pickens if you want to, because he gets a good matchup, and Kenny Pickett's going to start at quarterback. But Goodwin's fine against the Chiefs. But I think Pickens just doesn't have the same chemistry with Mitchell Trubisky as he does with Pickett, and Pickett's going to target him. We'll probably see Deontay Johnson's value go down and Pickens' value go back up. Bojan, Deion Jackson, or Tyler Algier, very, very, very close. Very close. Because, I like Tyler Algier, but it's just a tough matchup at the end of the day. And I don't exactly know what we're going to get out of him after, him having 139 rushing yards out of nowhere last week. And then with Jackson, on the other hand, he's got a good matchup. But Zach Moss had over 20 touches last week. So, tough call here. Trust your gut, but I might play Jackson as much as I want to say Algier. Pray, you remember last year's draft, some people would take Cup or JJ over running backs like CMC. It's going to be hard with running backs next year. I still think some of those top tier receivers will probably go in the top 5. But we'll see what happens, man. Alex going Fields over Goff. I agree with that call. Going White and Mostert over Singletary and Jackson. I think that's fine too. Need to see how Herbert plays before playing him. Yeah. Don't play him out the gate for sure. For sure. J-Dubs pick 2, Ramondre, Walker, Fournette. I mean, very close. I think Fournette's going to have a good day, but I stick with Ramondre and Walker. Very close. J-Dub's not as cold as yesterday. That's good. Tennessee or Dallas? Dallas for the floor. Tennessee brings the upside, though. A little bit of risk with how bad that secondary is and the way the Texans have been playing. But the Texans are still playing, all things considered, still, having a lot of turnovers. Sorry. Don't know what words I was looking for there. But I'd probably go Tennessee. But Dallas will probably have an okay day. Like 8 points at worst. Watson, Dillon, White, or McLaurin very close here. I think Scary Terry's going to have a good day. I think you go McLaurin for the floor, Watson for a little bit of risk, but upside. Bucker or McCaughlin? I go McCaughlin, but it's close. Both are great plays. Pray, I'm having a Christmas today. We're having pizza. Tomorrow I'm having 2 Christmas. One at my house with no food in the morning. Then another one with ham and tenderloin. Sounds great. Grub up, man. Merry Christmas. Space Ghost, love the hat. Thanks, bro. Been rocking it this week. Thanks for all the help this year, man. Merry Christmas. Right back at you, Space Ghost. Glad to have helped you this year, man. Pray says McKinnon is a must start. Clamped, what's up? Monty or Connor? I go Monty, but close. It's okay to sweat on Monday, bro. Merry Christmas to you, J-Dubs. Do I trust Richie James? I think he's a good flex option. It's a good matchup against the Vikings. I think a lot of upside out of those Giants receivers this weekend. But the problem is we've kind of seen 3 receivers have production as of late. So, like, there's, your odds are lower, right? There's a higher odd that one of them doesn't perform. But between Richie James, Darius Slayton, and Isaiah Hodgins, like, they've all been playing good as of late. All are good flex plays. Koa, what's up, man? Merry Christmas Eve to you. Mixon, Raheem, Pacheco. Pick one. I'd probably stick with Mixon here. Probably got you to this point. I'd probably just stick with Mixon, but Pacheco, a good matchup. Rashad White, always a player you can throw out there. Raheem Mostert, good matchup as well, but I'd probably stick with Mixon, man. Caleb Burrow or Fields? I mean, you really can't go wrong, man. You got like the quarterback 4 and 5 here. You really can't go wrong. Fields, I might go Fields, though. So close. I'll probably go Fields. Lost Hurts, Darnold, Purdy, or Carr. I go Derek Carr against the Steelers. I'll go Carr. Merry Christmas Eve to you, Caleb. Latavius Murray is playing. Let's just take a look. I believe he is. He still listed as questionable. He says he's ready to play, though. So that game isn't that a 1 o'clock game? No, tomorrow at 4:30. I want to have something in mind, but I think he'll be good to go. Davis Mills or Trace McSorley in Dynasty. I go Davis Mills. I'll go Davis Mills. At least we know Tennessee is a poor secondary. Would you start Christian Watson over Higgins or Mixon? I mean, the question you got to ask yourself is, do you want to bring that risk? Do you want to bring a little bit of upside? Potentially, Higgins and Mixon just been guys that you've been starting all year. Nice, safe floor out of them. I'd probably stick with them. But if you want to bring a little bit of upside, you can throw one of them in there, man. Or you can throw Watson in over one of them. How do you feel about Slayton and Mike Evans this week? Slayton, great matchup against the Vikings. Defense has been awful. Secondary's been awful. Mike Evans, we said this last week, like, we're staying away from him. I was like, he's probably going to have it like at least double digits this week. 13.3 points. That was his best performance from a fantasy perspective since week 8 of the season. He gets Arizona. Bucks in a must-win game. If you have to start Evans, I think it's just fine. I wouldn't expect a very high ceiling, though. James, what's up, man? Algier, Akers, Foreman. You know, I actually think Akers, like, is a decent play. Not a good matchup, but, like, Akers the last 2 weeks or so has found a way to get you a respectable line. Akers for a floor, but I'd probably go Algier for a little bit more upside. Foreman's okay, though. We had this question earlier, Algier versus Foreman. I kind of lean Foreman. It's just so close. That's when I could go back and forth on, like, all day long. You know, tough matchups for both Algier and Foreman today. And for Akers, for that matter. So I don't see a very high ceiling out of any of them. So what you might want to do is go for the upside. You might want to go Algier there. Jada's with Tannehill out. Are we concerned with Texans stacking the box against Willis? I hope so, as I'm going against Henry. I would be concerned, but it's still Derrick Henry at the end of the day. But yeah, it's a great point. Like, Ryan Tannehill is probably going to miss the rest of the season. And the Texans have a strong chance of winning today. Like, seriously. Which would really help out the Jaguars. I don't know. It's a big game for the Titans. But if you own Derrick Henry, you still have to start him. If you got him against you, you're crossing your fingers. Would you change Justin Tucker out the kicker for better weather conditions? You can. You can. So the best weather conditions overall. Packers at Dolphins. I mean, there's not a lot of precipitation on these games. Commanders at Niners. That's your next best game. Lowest wind gust out there. Or lowest wind, I guess I should look at. I mean, the Seahawks at Chiefs game is not that bad. But there's wind in, like, every game today, guys. So you might want to look at... Is the Colts-Chargers game inside? Yeah, that's going to be... I mean, if Dicker or McCaughlin are out there, it's one to look at. I would imagine the Bucks at Cardinals is pretty good weather, too. Is that it? Do they have a dome? I don't know. Broncos at Rams. I feel like most of the games tomorrow are going to be a little bit better conditions. So, you don't have to drop Tucker. But if you can pick up another kicker, you might want to consider it. I think I read last night like 90% of the United States is in like freezing temperatures today. So, Kansas City kicker, safe play or weather problem? He's a much better play than a lot of the options out there today. Carlos, pick one in PPR, Pacheco, Williams, or Moore. I like DJ Moore. I'd probably go DJ Moore here, but I probably rank them DJ Moore, Pacheco, Mike Williams, believe it or not. Listen, I like Mike Williams a lot. You can always start Mike Williams. He always brings upside, but it's a tough matchup against the Colts. Colts, ultimately on the season, have played very well against opposing receivers, so... But Mike Williams, a player you can always start, always brings that boomer bust potential, always brings that upside. So I won't be surprised if he plays well. I think the safest start is DJ Moore against the Lions, though. Pacheco's fine, but McKinnon really been kind of capping his upside. Dylan or Pacheco, super close. Dylan's been on a roll, though. I might throw Dylan out there. But Pacheco's fine. Dylan brings a little bit more upside, a little bit more risk. Pacheco, safe, not as much upside. J-Dub says he's scared of McKinnon. That's fair. But I think I was more scared of him last week as opposed to this week. The Texans kept that game competitive. The Chiefs' defense is bad. The Seahawks' offense is, even without Tyler Lockett, can compete. And this is a must-win game for the Seahawks. I think this game will be competitive enough, you know, that McKinnon will be involved. So, but I agree. There's some risk with McKinnon. He's got to come back to earth at some point. For sure. So... Next week, we got Broncos at Chiefs. Like, that might be a game where I don't see as much value in McKinnon. DPJ or Dylan? I'd probably go Dylan. We're trying to avoid that Browns-Saints game, Jack. OFG Frosty, who should I start? Gabe Davis, Robinson, or DPJ? Oh, God. I mean, on a regular week, it's DPJ. This week, it's not, though. Like I said, we're trying to avoid that game. I mean, you can always risk it. Some players get through the conditions. But it's going to be ugly, man. Gabe Davis, I think, is the next best option. Tyler, Dallas, Chargers, or Steelers? I'd probably go with the Chargers, but the Cowboys are fine. Just a little bit of a lower ceiling this week, even against Minshew. How do you feel about Myers, kicker? I'm unsure if this game will have bad weather. Let's take a look. I didn't see that on the weather report I had pulled up. Is that game inside? The Cowboys, do the Cowboys have a dome? They do, right? I really need to like learn because Myers is a good option for sure. Yeah, they don't even show up on. They have a dome, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can start Meyer or Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott, you know, with the Eagles not having Hurts, probably gains some fantasy value here at the end of the season. He's a great kicker. Just the Eagles have scored a lot of touchdowns this year. Alex going on with Fields. I'm with you, bro. LBR, who do I start? Goodwin, Brown, Myers. I go Goodwin. Yeah, Dallas definitely has a dome, so you can roll with Myers. It's like, just trying to make sure. Lucius, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for the $2 dono. I gotta find the Santa emoji. I wish the Santa emoji just stayed at the top. Santa. Where is... There he is. Mr. Claus. Dak or Minshew? I'll go Dak. Yeah, I'll go Dak. I know, like, there's a lot of, like, fantasy opinions out there saying, like, Minshew's going to have a really big day. And, like, I mean, listen, I'm all for Minshew, and I'm rooting for Minshew all the way. And I think he's a fine start, but I still think, like, bona fide players you've been starting all year, like Dak Prescott, you start over Minshew for sure. You know, I don't want to get too crazy about Minshew mania. I like Gardner Minshew a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like we got to look at this from a fantasy perspective. You got to go with Dak here, man. So, Lucius, thank you for the $2 dono. Very kind of you, bro. Good luck to you today. I go Dak. Lucius with a kicker question. The Bass Man. Or Gano. Another $2 dono. Thank you, bro. I go Gano here. I'm going with Gano. I would assume better weather conditions. A. And B. Gano. Yeah, once again, Gano's in the dome. So we're good here. I really got to learn off the top of my head who plays in domes and who doesn't. Dude, the Vikings give up the most points to kicker position. If you own Gano, you got to go with Gano. Okay? Final call. Lucius, thank you for the super chats, bro. I appreciate you, dog. Merry Christmas. Herbert or Fields? I go Fields. Dominic. Goodwin or Chris Moore? I'll go Goodwin. Bareface, Standard League, Monty or Stevenson? I will stick with Stevenson, but it's close. But I'll go Stevenson. George, winner of my league gets a jersey of their choice. To be honest, I get a Jason Myers Seahawks jersey. Diamond in the rough this year. Hey, I love a kicker jersey, man. Kansas City has pretty good weather conditions. I mean, it's going to be... Any outdoor game is going to at least be cold and windy today. So 16 degrees, no precipitation, winds at 13 miles per hour, wind gusts at 17 miles per hour. That's actually pretty good. All things considered, looking at everything else, that's pretty good, Alex. Tyler, Jawan Johnson or Andrews? Jawan Johnson might be the one player I'd take a chance on. Maybe Taysom Hill, maybe Kamara or Chubb as well. In that Browns-Saints game, one of the only pass catchers I'd take a chance on, acting as that security blanket in the rain or snow or crap, whatever it's going to be, for Andy Dalton. So I'm good with Jawan Johnson, actually. If you're worried about Andrews, that is. And I think most people out there are worried about Andrews. Brent, Merry Christmas to you. Fournette, White, or Singletary? I go Fournette against the Cardinals. But White's okay, too. Either one. Carlos, we got Tua, Pollard, McKinnon, St. Brown, Godwin, Higgins, Williams, Waller. You got Pacheco, Singletary, DJ Moore, and Njoku. I would probably leave it how it is, actually. Because Mike Williams playing as your wide receiver 4 and having really solid receivers in Godwin, Higgins, and St. Brown, that allows you to kind of bring that risk to the second flex position and allow you to potentially gain that upside that Mike Williams can bring. So I would stick with Mike Williams here. And Pollard and McKinnon's fine. Tua's fine. Waller's fine at tight end over Njoku in the bad conditions. So I would leave your roster how it is, bro. If you feel confident about it, I think it looks pretty good. Alex, I'm going up against CMC, Kelsey, Pollard, Prescott, Ayuk. Shake my head. Wish me luck. You never know, and I got a feeling it's going to be a weird Christmas weekend of football with all the weather out there. Fan, Kamara or Walker? Walker banged up, Kamara without Saints weapons. Yeah, I'm more worried about the game script for the Saints-Browns being low scoring. Kind of like what we saw out of the Browns-Ravens game last week. But I think maybe potentially a little bit worse. They're going to have both defensive coordinators really stacking the box. So I like Kamara a lot to start the week. The Browns have not played well against the running back position. Dobbins still had 120 yards on the ground last week, just didn't find the end zone. So I think Kamara is perfectly fine. But I might go with the more competitive game script in my mind, which, more offensive points between the Seahawks and the Chiefs. Both are fine here, but I might lean Walker. All right, let's see. Alex, starting Denver defense over Philly and Kansas City. I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's a good move. I like Denver this weekend, man. I think that is just fine. Hold on. I lost my place. All right, here we go. All right, we're good. Richie, what's good, bro? You still like Fields with the weather? I do. I do. Let's see. So, the game's not supposed to be. There could be it. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. If you've heard anything different, J-Dubs, I know you're in Chicago. I think this game's going to be really similar to the conditions we saw last week between the Bills and the Dolphins. So, we saw that game not have a huge fantasy impact until kind of the last quarter. But cloudy with blowing, drifting snow, winter storm watch is in effect, or was in effect through last night. 23-mile-per-hour winds, gusts up to 33 miles per hour, 12 degrees, feels like negative 14. Josh Allen has 9 touchdown passes and no interceptions in his last 2 games in freezing temperatures. Bills are kind of used to it. The Bears players are probably used to it too. I'm not worried about it. I think it's good for Fields and Allen because these guys can run the football. Alex, good call on playing Ingram. I'm glad it worked for you, bro. I'm glad that we got him in your lineup because I know there was some calls where I was still a little bit iffy on him, so I'm glad he was in your lineup, my guy. Saucy, what's up? Fields or Burrow? I go Fields. Burrow in the cold. I like Burrow, don't get me wrong. But I go Fields. I take the upside. Chargers, Lions, Eagles. The Chargers, I think, are perfectly fine against the Colts. I think the Lions are very sneaky this week. Could have a good stat line. I probably want to go the Eagles, though. So Chargers or Lions, whoever you feel better about. Let's see here. Kicker, Folk or Gano. I'm going with Gano. McCaughlin's okay. Elliott's okay, but I'm going with Gano for sure. Warrior Loft, what's going on? Hello. Trinity, Noah Fan or Jawan Johnson. Merry Christmas to you. I go Jawan Johnson. I got some faith in Jawan today in the bad conditions. But keep in mind, bad conditions for that game. If you don't like that, then stay away from it. Walker or Mixon? Richie, I think I go Walker. But it's close. Pittman or Mike Williams? Depends on your roster. If you feel like you need the floor play in Michael Pittman, go with Pittman. A little bit safer, not a lot of upside. If you feel like you want the upside but a little bit of risk, go Mike Williams. Colts have played well against opposing receivers. The Chargers actually haven't played that bad either. But Mike Williams, player you can always start regardless of matchup. Boomer bust guy. But you got to understand the risk too. And it's not the best matchup. Warlock, Diggs, Higgins, Hopkins. I go Diggs. Stick with Diggs. Happy PPR. Dylan, Rashad White, Algier. I'll go AJ Dillon right now. Fields or Herbert, I will go Fields. You know what I really need to figure out, guys, is how to put the chat on the screen. So if I'm not reading your name, you guys know where I'm at and which chats I'm going over. Note to self. Alex, Bills missing any key players in defense? I'd have to take a look. Paul, I think I'm going to start Cooper. I'm a little worried about Cooper today. Zachary, what's up, man? Who should I start? Myers or Pickens? I would go Pickens between the two. You know, since his defense has been playing okay. Pickens gets Pickett back. Pickett likes to target Pickens, so I go Pickens. Warlock, start CMC, Chubb, and Dobbins over Higgins and Hopkins. I mean, it's close, but it might be a good call for the weekend. Just with all the cold temperatures, all the bad weather, it might be a decent call. The one I'm most worried about is Chubb, but it's like so hard to bench him. And even then, I'd only go Higgins over Chubb. I'd go CMC. I mean, definitely starting CMC, but you know, with the way the weekend's looking, CMC, Chubb, and Dobbins might be the right call. How do you feel about it? Charlie, happy holidays to you. Got Gardner or Russell? I'd probably go Gardner over Russ. Taysom or Darren Waller? It's very close. I think I might go Waller. Chat, how confident are you guys in Taysom Hill? Would you guys start Taysom Hill over a player like Darren Waller? Baltimore or Cleveland? I go Baltimore, but it's very close. Both are good starts. Finn, Kamara or Kenneth Walker? Kenneth Walker. Oh, we already hit this one. It's super close. I think I lean Walker. How do you feel about Purdy? Purdy is fine as a stream, but I don't expect a ton of upside, but he's fine. Alex, need big game from JJ and Adams. I think that's pretty easily attainable. I think Adams going to have a huge week. I think JJ's going to, as usual, have a good week. A game, Chark or Goodwin? Ooh. I actually see both these game scripts being pretty competitive, but I think I'll go Goodwin. The Chiefs just allowing a lot of points right now. Swift or Pacheco? Pacheco for a floor, Swift for a little bit more upside, but also a little bit more risk. Baby Santa, Merry Christmas Eve to you. Komet or Johnson? I think I go Cole Komet here. But Jawan Johnson is a player I think is going to have a pretty good weekend too. But I'll go Komet. Have you seen Violent Night? I have not seen it yet, Alex. I've heard it's pretty good though. You're welcome, Carlos. That's what we do, bro. Oz, Flex, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Alan Lazard, or Mark Andrews. Maybe take your chances on Curtis Samuel here, or Alan Lazard, or even Gabe Davis. It's a really tough call. I'd probably go with one of the receivers. I just don't feel like we can trust Gabe Davis right now. I just don't feel like we can trust Mark Andrews. Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel bring pretty good floors. And hopefully some upside, you know? So I'd probably go with one of those two. But obviously, I'm sure you're not crazy about the decision here. Merry Christmas to you, Carlos. Kaden, Mike Evans or Mike Williams? Evans for the floor, Williams for the upside. I'd probably go Williams. Uncle Blade. Lazard or Foreman? I'll go Foreman. But it's super close. I can see both of these guys having bad days. I see both of them having good days. I'd probably go Foreman. Chase, what weather game should we be looking out for? I mean, really the main game is the Browns and Saints. That's the main game. You know, there's going to be cold temperatures in any outdoor game today. There's going to be wind in any outdoor game today. Saints Browns will have the largest impact. Snow, high winds, gusts up to 46 miles per hour. It's going to feel like negative 22 degrees out there. It's 8 degrees right now. Bills, Bears, 12 degrees, 23 mile per hour winds, up to 33 mile per hour gusts. Drifting snow, cloudy. Those are the two games that will have the highest conditions. Bengals, Patriots might get some rain too. It's going to be about 17 degrees. It's going to be windy. That's another game we want to keep in mind. Seahawks, Chiefs, you should be good. Texans, Titans, you should be good. Still going to be a little windy. Still going to be a little bit cold, of course. Falcons, Ravens, you should be good. Lions, Panthers should be good. Raiders, Steelers, a little bit colder than the last couple, but you should still be good. It's like, it's going to be cold out there today, guys. Patriots, Bengals, I had heard, like, originally it's supposed to be really bad. I heard it wasn't supposed to be so bad, but now I'm reading they're expecting precipitation again, so that's another game we want to look out for. Deion Jackson or Deontay Johnson. I might go Deion Jackson there. I'm a little worried about Johnson with Pickett at quarterback. But full PPR, Johnson still brings a solid 4. I heard Taysom Hill is going to be used more because of the win factor. I've heard that too. But I always tell you guys, expect disappointment if you start Taysom Hill. But I could see this being a game, like I've said earlier in the stream, that Taysom Hill benefits from for sure. Should I start Watson and Amari over Minshew and Rachaad White? Personally, I like Minshew and Rachaad White, John, especially with the weather conditions. I'd probably go Minshew and Rachaad personally. Kirk or Geno? I go Geno Smith. I think he's going to have a good day, James. Am I starting Njoku or Waller? I will go Waller due to weather. So are Barkley, Najee, or Dobbins? I'll go Dobbins, but I still think Najee has a good day. Dobbins, I think, brings a little bit more upside, though. What's up, JP? Walker or Dobbins, hat PPR. Can anybody help me in the semifinal? It's very close. I think both are going to have really good days, man. Both have good matchups. I think both are going to have good days, but I think I'll go Walker. It's super close. I love both these plays this week. Chat, let JP know your guys' thoughts. Walker versus Dobbins. Walker gets the Chiefs, good conditions. Ravens get the Falcons. Dobbins has pretty good conditions as well. I think both are super solid starts. Try not to overthink it, man. Trust your gut. It should be good either way. Robert, full PPR. Osborne, Dillon, Higgins, or Algier. I go Dillon. Carson, you taking Swift or Amari Cooper? Happy holidays to you. I'll go Swift. Derek, start 2. PPR, Juju, Watson, Dobbins, McKinnon, Amari. I'm going to go Dobbins and McKinnon. But Watson or Juju, if you want to sprinkle them in, are okay. I'd probably go Watson over Juju. Seahawks have played well against wide receiver 1. But Dobbins and McKinnon are super safe. Bears versus Bills. Are we worried about Fields? I'm not worried about Fields because that man can run the football like his life depends on it. I have Fields, but also Danny Dimes. Dimes a fine streamer, but if you have Fields, you're going up against Josh Allen, you got to start Fields, man. That's my opinion, Chase. Usually, Chase, I make the wrong calls for you, so trust your gut. But I feel like we're just never going to let that go, bro. I would start Fields, though. Would you grab Chase McLaughlin over Tucker? I'd definitely consider it. You don't have to drop Tucker, but I mean, safe conditions for McLaughlin, so I'd consider it. Marco, what's good, bro? Would you go Dotson or Myers? I would go Dotson. Yeah, if you got the space, Duvernay, I go McLaughlin. Just in case. I benched Tucker last week for Nick Folk. Kind of the same situation. It worked out. Although I lost that game. Can the Vikings win their game today without having to come from behind? Yes. Should be a competitive game. Zachary, happy holidays to you, bro. Zachary, Browns or Ravens? I go the Ravens, but it's close. Both are good starts. Walker or Rashad? I'll go Walker. Joe, Osborne or Foreman? Foreman for a floor, Osborne for upside, but a lot of risk. He's looked good the last 2 weeks, though. The delayed starting Denver, New England. I will go Denver as opposed to betting against the Bengals. Robert, New England or Cowboys? Once again, I'll go the Cowboys. Patriots are number one in terms of fantasy defenses, but I just don't trust them against the Bengals. Talks in the house. What's good, bro? Merry Christmas, man. Dobbins will get a lot of volume for sure. DJ Duvernay, PPR go Walker. It's a good point. Walker does get, some receptions where Dobbins does not typically. Talks. What's up, man? I'm so happy to see you. I need a big Pollard game this week. He should be good, right? I bench Chubb, so anyone who's starting him will get 30 plus. Usually how it goes. I mean, his volume has been fine. It's just his fantasy season's definitely been, or his fantasy ceiling has definitely been down. And I just don't know if it's going to get better today with the Saints expecting the run, the bad weather. Brown's not making a lot of red zone drives, Robert, full PPR, Osborne and Higgins. I'd probably stick with Higgins, but Osborne has better conditions if you're concerned. But I just can't imagine benching Higgins. So tough. Finn, Kamara with the weather, Walker. I go Walker. Close call, but I go Walker. I mean, Dobbins still had a good day on the ground last week in a game where, it was kind of clear that both teams were going to run the football. And that was against the Browns, the point I'm making, Kamara against the Browns. But I like Walker today. Clear, sunny skies, a little chilly out there in Foxborough. In Arrowhead. I'm kind of out of it today. I don't know why. But yeah. I'll go Walker. J-Dub says Kenneth Walker to the weather and Browns defense. Jamar, Pollard or McKinnon? Pollard for a floor, McKinnon for upside. Depends on what you want to roll with. Do you want to play for a floor? Do you feel like you need a little bit of upside against your opponent? Bring a little bit of risk. But I probably go McKinnon ultimately. I mean, it's close, but I probably go McKinnon. So. All right. Yeah, Talk's rocking the Gibson profile pic. Let's see. Marlon Mack. I mean, if anyone deserves a Marlon Mack, and see who Talks. We know that. Jason, what's up, man? Hopkins or White? Worried about Arizona with a third-string quarterback, but also White sharing with Fournette. Yeah, I will go Rashad White. Must-win game for the Bucs. And like you said, there's two ways to look at it, I guess. Arizona probably playing from behind. Hopkins could still see that volume, but he struggled last week to get a high fantasy ceiling, and he goes from a second stringer to a third stringer this week. So he could see a week of practice between McSorley and Hopkins. Game script where they're probably playing from behind could benefit him, but the safer play is White. It's really tough to bench Hopkins. I get it, but I'd probably go White. Oh yeah, I forgot as well, Jada. That was a good point. If you guys own Burks, you might want to think twice because we don't really know what's going to happen in terms of Tennessee's passing attack with Malik Willis out there. Man, call me crazy. Derrick Henry's out there. I was going to say the Texans could be a streaming option defensively, but not with Derrick Henry against them because they still can't defend the run. Jimbo, Dobbins or Hopkins? I'd probably go Dobbins, man. Hopkins balls out with third-string quarterbacks. Look what he did in Houston before. Well, I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point, Talks. I just don't feel good about the Cardinals today, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. That game's tomorrow, but you know what I mean. Jack, Chark, Burks, or Goodwin? I think we like Goodwin. I go Goodwin, Chark, then Burks. I think we like Goodwin. Good game script. Chiefs have been allowing a lot of points as of late. So I think that's who I'd roll with. Bench the Jags defense. I'm starting the Titans. Not too happy with that. Texans have been playing hard, man. I totally meant to pick up the Jags defense in one of my leagues that I have the Patriots, and I just forgot. Jack, Patterson or Jackson? I might go Jackson here. Patterson's okay. But I might go Jackson since Patterson gets the Ravens. Jackson against Chargers. We know Zach Moss going to get touches, but Jackson had the better fantasy day out of the two last week. I'd probably go Deion Jackson. Close call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, about 10 minutes here, so we'll go ahead and start winding things down. You guys get your questions in here, and we'll roll through them. But guys, hit that like button if you guys haven't done so already. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, check out the links down below. Join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. And I appreciate you guys coming out today and hanging out and talking fantasy. And like I said, hopefully I spread a little bit of holiday cheer to you guys and got some good players in your lineups and got you guys squared away. I'm glad we went over the weather report. I was trying to stay away from the weather report and just warn people of potential weather and then really take a look at it this morning when we had the most up-to-date information. So, and shout out to all the new subscribers, man. We gained a couple subscribers during the stream, so thank you guys so much. Welcome to Catch Fam. And Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you guys are excited and looking forward to a safe, warm, hopefully warm, great holiday. I really do. Really do mean that. All right, Luis, McKinnon or Walker? Oh, it's so close. Having trouble deciding. I can see why. It's so close. Walker brings the floor. McKinnon brings the upside. But, man, it is close as anything. Close as anything. J-Dub says McKinnon. Chat, who would you guys start? Jerick McKinnon against the Hawks or Kenneth Walker against the Chiefs? It's very, very, very close. J-Dubs with the super chat. Merry Christmas, Catch Fam. Enjoy the games. Merry Christmas to you, J-Dubs. Enjoy that seafood today, man. Enjoy those crab legs. I'm so excited to watch some Christmas movies and eat some food. Emojis in the chat for J-Dubs. Jamar says he would go Kenneth Walker. It's so close, Luis. Jack, you need one of Pickens, DPJ, Singletary, Osborne. I go Pickens. I think Pickens is going to play just fine. I'm projected around 30 points above my matchup. Should I just go with the floor play? That's fine. I mean, Singletary might be the floor play against the Bears. You know, if you want to roll with that, I think that's fine. But I think Pickens is really safe too. Pretty clear conditions there. Going to be cold, of course, a little bit of wind. But, like, Pickett at quarterback definitely elevates Pickens. It's a good matchup against the Raiders. I think Pickens is okay. Singletary's okay. I go with one of those two, Jackie. Oh, I got Jackie and Luis mixed up for a second. Sorry. But, Jackie, regardless, I probably go Pickens then. Yeah, if it's full PPR, you're not necessarily looking for the floor play. I go Pickens. DPJ, bad weather, bad conditions. Singletary's probably okay. Osborne, I know the last 2 weeks have looked really good, but I just feel like it's kind of hard to trust. He does this like every year. I probably go Pickens. Sorry, you guys both have pink. Like, user, I don't know what are the words I'm looking, icons. My bad. Andy, McLaurin or Thielen? I go McLaurin. You know, Niners defense, very good. Weakest part of that defense is the secondary, and the Commanders will be playing from behind. So, when Heineke is, you know, in panic mode and dropping back, and he needs a player to throw to, he looks for McLaurin. So, I roll with Scary Terry, the one and only. Jackie, I played against Wilson and Knight, so I need a floor play too, but I'm too worried about James Cook to play Singletary. That's fine. Go with Pickens is a really safe option, man. I really think Pickens is going to have a better day than he has in comparison to when Mitch was out there the last 2 weeks or so. Pickens did have an illness, but it looks like he's good to go. Good matchup against the Raiders. The Steelers technically in the playoff hunt. The Raiders in the playoff hunt as well. Both these teams hanging on by a limb. Must-win situation for both teams. Bad defenses on both sides, especially in the secondary. I mean, really, the front seven is the better aspect of both these defenses. But the secondary has not played well for either of these defenses this year. So you got Pickett back at quarterback. He's good to go. He's playing. I go Pickens. And I swear, like, anytime we talk about Pickett and Pickens, eventually I make the mistake. All All right, guys, we'll start to wrap it up here and wind it down. So I'm gonna go see some family, and once again, guys, I'm gonna try and hop on tonight, just do a little bit of a recap and kind of polish up some potential questions you guys may have in terms of how today impacted your matchup going into tomorrow, because we still have a couple games tomorrow, and I'm not going to stream tomorrow. This is a Christmas day. And so I'm going to try and hop on tonight. I have no idea what time, but I'll let you guys know on Discord. If I decide not to hop on, I will let you guys know as well. But it'll probably be a little bit later is what I'm thinking. So just stay tuned and I'll let you guys know. And that way, if you guys have questions before tomorrow, based on what happens today, of course, then we can get to them as well. And, of course, I want to spread some Christmas cheer. So, Cade, Brady, Goff, Rodgers, or Jones? I go Brady, then Jones, then Goff, then Rodgers. I think Brady, in a must-win game, is going to play well. Safe floor. Jones has a really good matchup against the Vikings. Goff is fine against the Panthers. Rodgers is just hard to trust, but he actually has the best matchup on paper. Miami's played very bad against opposing quarterbacks. But he's just so hard to trust right now. His ceiling's been so low, and they're going to run the football. So I'd probably go Brady if it's my roster. I really do have faith in Brady today. Merry Christmas to you, Carson. Merry Christmas, Cade. Merry Christmas, Michael. Pacheco or Dobbins? Oh, it's so close, man. Both are going to have good days, but I go trust your gut. You don't have a bad play here either way, man. I might go Dobbins. He's looked really good. But Pacheco's look good too. Both have great matchups. You can't go wrong here, man. Lauren, Jim, Foreman or Chark? In PPR, I'd probably go Chark. It was very close. I'd probably go Chark, though. If the game gets away from the Panthers, Foreman just becomes irrelevant. So I think I'll go Chark. Trust your gut, though. We got you, Cade. We got you, Michael. Dobbins or Walker? Oh, God, J-Dubs. Another super close one that you really can't go wrong with. Both are great matchups. I might lean Walker, but it's so close, man. Trust your gut here. It's super close. Dobbins going to have a great day. I don't disagree, Elliot. It's so close. Guys, smash that like button on the way out. Check out the links in the description down below. If you guys are new to the channel, join the Discord. Follow us on Instagram. I appreciate you guys coming out and talking fantasy, getting the fantasy conversation going. And I really appreciate all the fantasy questions and you guys hanging out in the stream for a little bit today. And happy holidays to everyone. Stay safe. Have some fun with your family and loved ones. Spread some holiday cheer. Watch some good Christmas movies. Eat some good food. Enjoy the football. I know it's a big weekend for fantasy football, but try and sit back and enjoy the holiday weekend and watch some football and enjoy football. But good luck to you guys today and tomorrow. And Merry Christmas to you guys if I don't talk to you. Happy holidays, man. You guys be safe. Really, really appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. Everything that you guys do for the community. And, yeah. I just hope you guys have a great Christmas. I really, really do mean that. Elliot, happy holidays to you, bro. You the man. So, yeah. That'll do it. Good luck, guys. And Merry Christmas. I'm going to try and hop on later tonight. So, hopefully I'll talk to you guys later. If I don't, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays. Stay safe, stay warm, and good luck today in fantasy. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, y'all saw it here on The Catch.